Why your best employees keep failing. Ever wonder how that brilliant teammate you admired slowly turned into the boss you dread? This isn't just an office mystery. It's a predictable, systematic flaw baked into how most of us work. It's called the Peter Principle, and it's the hidden reason why you often feel surrounded by incompetence. This is the story of how our best people are set up to fail, and more importantly, how we can all break the cycle. It's a journey through the silent architecture of our careers. Our guide on this journey is someone you might recognize. Let's call him Alex. Alex is sharp, dedicated, and great at his job as a senior software developer. He solves complex problems, mentors juniors, and is the go-to person on his team. One day, the call to adventure arrives, a promotion. He's offered the role of engineering manager. It feels like the natural next step, a reward for excellence, a raise, a new title. Alex accepts, stepping across the threshold into a new world. But this new world demands a completely different set of skills. Instead of wrestling with code, he's now wrestling with budgets, schedules, and interpersonal conflicts.
The very focus and deep technical expertise that made him a star are now obstacles. He's no longer doing the work. He's enabling others to do it, and he's struggling. Alex has just encountered the core law of the Peter Principle. In a hierarchy, every employee tends to rise to his level of incompetence. This isn't a personal failing, it's a systemic trap. Organizations are wired to promote people based on their performance in their current role, not their potential in the next one. Think of the superstar salesperson who becomes a terrible sales manager, or the gifted teacher who flounders as a principal. They were rewarded for past success with a job that requires a different kind of success. As management theorist Lawrence J. Peter observed, this process continues until the person reaches a position they can't handle, their level of incompetence, where they then remain frozen. This is Alex's new reality. He's reached his final placement. The initial excitement has curdled into stress, long hours, and a nagging feeling of inadequacy. He might start focusing on busy work, overly strict rules, endless reports, creating the illusion of productivity while actual progress stalls.
This is the final placement syndrome, a state of low-grade panic masked by bureaucracy. So, why don't companies fix this? Often because admitting the mistake is painful. Demoting Alex would mean leadership acknowledging a bad promotion decision. Furthermore, his old job is likely already filled. Instead, a common solution is the lateral arabesque, or a kick upstairs, moving the person to a different, often vague, role of similar rank to minimize the damage. The problem isn't solved, it's just relocated. This is the bleak landscape Alex finds himself in. The system that rewarded him now seems designed to undermine him. Research from institutions like MIT and Yale confirms this is not just cynical theory. A major study of nearly 39,000 sales professionals found that the best salespeople were the most likely to be promoted to management, but their teams often subsequently performed worse. The skills of a lone wolf top performer are often the opposite of what's needed to coach and uplift a team. But every hero's journey requires a revelation. For Alex, and for us, the way out starts with recognizing the trap. The problem isn't inherently the ambitious employee or the well-meaning boss. The problem is treating promotion as the only reward for competence. The modern workplace often forces a choice: remain a technical expert and potentially hit a salary ceiling, or become a manager and risk failure. To escape the Peter Principle, we must redefine success. For organizations, the solution is to decouple career advancement from managerial responsibility. This means creating parallel tracks for individual contributors and leaders, where a senior engineer or a principal scientist can earn as much prestige and pay as a vice president. Companies like Microsoft and IBM have used this dual ladder system for years. Promotion decisions must also look forward, not backward. Using tools like competency matrices and behavioral interviews can help assess a person's potential for leadership, their ability to delegate, coach, and strategize, rather than just rewarding their past individual output. Sometimes, the most powerful reward for a star performer is not a new title, but greater autonomy, a significant bonus, or leading a high-impact project. For the individual, the path requires brutal self-honesty.
When offered a promotion, you must ask, am I being rewarded for the past or selected for the future? Do you genuinely want to stop doing the work you love and start managing people who do it? There is no shame in saying no thank you to a traditional promotion if it leads you to your personal level of incompetence. The real power move is to chart your own course. Seek horizontal promotions into new areas that excite you. Invest in specific, proactive training before you step into a leadership role, not after you're drowning. The goal is to build the bridge of skills before you need to cross the chasm. Alex's story doesn't have to end in stagnation. With the right support from his company, maybe a leadership coach, a clear onboarding plan, he can climb out of the learning pit and grow into the role. Or he and his boss might have a courageous conversation that leads him to a new, more suitable senior individual contributor role, where his deep expertise becomes a strategic asset for the entire department.
He returns to the ordinary world, not as a failed manager, but as a wiser professional who understands the game and how to play it on his own terms. The Peter Principle isn't a life sentence, it's a warning sign. It tells us that the classic career ladder is often a one-way trip to a place we don't want to be. By rethinking what growth means, for our companies and for ourselves, we can build systems where competence is cultivated, not punished, where people can thrive at what they're best at, without being forced to become something they're not. The journey isn't about climbing to the top at any cost. It's about finding the right peak to conquer.